Black Annis is another scary story from England.
Black Annis lived in the Danehills. Her face was blue and her teeth were sharp, and she ate people. She only came out at night, and then you could hear her grinding her teeth when she was miles away. It gave people a chance to lock their doors. They didn't have too many windows in those parts, because she used to stretch her skinny arms through and help herself to babies. In one cottage, there lived 3 young brothers, Jim, Jem, and Jonathan, and a sad little family they were. Their own mother had died, and their father married again, hoping to have someone to look after them. But that was a mistake. Their new stepmother didn't care tuppence for the children. She was cruel and idle, and spent most of the day in bed. When she was up, she shouted at them all the time. They were made to do all the washing and the cleaning and the scrubbing. Well, the year went by and Christmas time came. There wasn't any Christmas tree in that house, nor presents either. It was bitter cold, and the children couldn't seem to get warm whatever they did.
Boys, out! I'm getting up. Stir your lazy stumps and get some wood in.
There's none left. It's all used up.
Then go and find some, and fast.
But it'll be dark in a minute.
Well, what of it?
Black Annis comes out at night. She might get us.
She's welcome, and good riddance, I say. Now be off with you and look sharp about it.
There was no help for it. The boys bundled themselves into their coats and dragged out into the cold. It was a dark, cheerless sort of afternoon. Yellow lights shone warmly in every cottage window, but there wasn't a soul to be seen out of doors.
Don't take on, Jonty. We'll take care of you. She'll get us, Jim, you see. Not Black Annis. Not if we're quick.
So they set to gathering firewood, but there wasn't much about, and somehow they found themselves going further and further away from the houses. It wasn't quite dark yet, but the light was going fast.
Hurry! Can't. My fingers are frozen. Oh, come on. We've got enough firewood. Let's be off before something happens. It's all right. It's Christmas Eve, don't forget. She'll not be out tonight. If she hears the church bells, she's dead. But the sooner we're home, the better I'll like it. Let's run.
But they couldn't run because of the firewood, so they hoisted it on their backs and plodded off home as fast as they could. A long way it was, too, and the light was all but gone.
It's her! She's coming! But she's supposed to be safe underground away from the bells. Well, she must have forgotten. Run! Run for your lives! Never mind the firewood.
Jim snatched up one of Jonty's hands and Jem took the other, and they raced him off down the hill so fast his feet scarcely touched the ground. But it was full dark now. The boys looked behind. Black Annis was much nearer this time. Her great flat feet pounded over the fields and her hair was flying wild.
Who is that? It's stepmother. She must have come out to look for us, and Black Annis got her. Good. That'll keep her busy.
But they went on running because they knew she wouldn't stop for long. Sure enough, a few minutes later they could hear her coming. The stepmother was too bitter for her taste, so she hadn't stopped to make a meal of her.
Drop your coat, Jonty, and run for home.
When Black Annis reached the coat, she fell flat on her face and grazed her shins. She stopped to tie up the wound with cobweb, because if a witch bleeds, she dies. But she was after the boys again in no time.
Jim, let's swap our coats too. Right. That's done it. She's flat on her face again.
Now the boys put on a fresh spurt, because ahead of them they saw the cottage. Black Annis was up and after them again. She was close at their heels. Jem felt her bony fingers clawing at his shoulder, and then saw his father standing at the door with his big axe. But just as he raised his axe, church bells began to ring. Black Annis fell down dead. The children and their father went inside and pulled the curtains. And the church bells went on pealing all night, because the witch was dead.